Today you'll see a jacket designed for knit fabrics that fits amazingly. It's got princess seams front and back, really fun pockets, lots of professional little details, great sewing techniques, looks amazing inside. I'm super proud of how it turned out. It's got some purple. Stay tuned. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing, and I have another jacket video for you. You might be sick of me. I really hope to motivate you to sew up jackets. Maybe start with styles that are more simple. I have a lot of jacket making videos on the channel. I will link you a playlist full of them with techniques that are going to help you till you start getting used to the basic things like doing the collars, the hembands, the zips. I'm talking in the context of knit type of jackets. And what I've got to share with you today is the Juno zip-up jacket from Sinclair Patterns. Super fan of Sinclair Patterns, the fit, the instructions, everything's always amazing. So every time I'm planning a make using this brand, I get really excited. Not different with this one because just looking at the features, I know that the fit was going to be super nice. So this is not a boxy design. It's got a lot of shaping. You have princess seams in the front and the back. When you see the pattern pieces, you can see how the shape goes in at the waist, goes out at the hips. So you don't see straight pieces like you see in a lot of casual wear. Although this is for casual wear, it's a little bit more shaped. I always appreciate that. You have a stand-up collar, a full zipper. There is an extra detail on this side of the zipper, on your left side, a zipper guard, which is something that I've done for the first time using this pattern. Amazing. I've seen that detail on some ready-to-wear jackets. It's a bit of a level up to what I'm usually doing, so it's always nice to do something new. In the front princess seams, you can choose between two types of pockets. One is more simple than the other. I've done the simple one. Sort of integrated into the front pieces, and the pocket is on the inseam. You put your hands in there. It's a pocket that's anchored inside. It's not going to move anywhere. You can make that pocket with a zippered opening. Got a different type of pocket bag and a different technique, but in the princess seams on the front, you can do that as an option as well. At the back, there's a really cute pocket that you can sew as an option. It's a little zippered pocket that you can put on one of the side back pieces. I put mine on the right because I'm right-handed. I want to be able to open my zipper easily with my dominant hand. If you're left-handed, maybe you can do it on the left, so you can open your zipper up. Super cute. For the hem of the jacket, there's several options and lengths also. You can do a straight hem in two lengths, or you can do a curved hem, which is shorter on the sides and then it dips down front and back. All of these hems are finished with facings, which I think is amazing, especially for the curved hems. You know, when you have that type of shape, you can't just fold up and get a really neat hem because of the excess volume you'll get on the curves. So I'm a big fan of facings for curved hems. It's the way I sew a lot of my woven projects. So seeing this feature in this jacket also got me pretty excited. For the bottom of the long sleeves, you can either hem it normally or you can cut your pattern piece a little higher and add on a cuff that is optional. So it's up to you. You can choose. I've chosen to do the cuff. There's been quite a big explosion with sales. Indie brands, they're all having Black Friday sales. Sinclair Patterns is also having a sale. Site-wide 25% off. The sale is already happening and it ends Monday the 29th. A lot of the sales are. So I'll leave you all that information down below. Also my affiliate link if you want to use it. Go ahead and check the website, see what you like, look at my playlist, see the ones I've made. Maybe you've thought about getting. It's a good time to get them now. I've had great results. I think the height files make a big difference. Just because I'm usually taller, I don't need to make that many fitting adjustments, which is really nice. I'm really confident that whatever I make, I'm going to be super happy with. So highly recommend. You need two types of fabrics to make your jacket. For the main fabric, you need something that's medium to heavy weight. Doesn't need to stretch that much, 20 to 30% horizontally. Vertically, you also need some stretch, 10 to 20%. You can use double knits, ponte, scuba, fleece, maybe a heavier sweatshirting, French terry. In my case, I've used an athletic knit because it's something that I know I'm going to be able to wear a lot. It's a fabric that might have a little bit more stretch than recommended, but it's pretty structured and easy to work with. So I thought it was perfect. Now you need a second type of fabric that is going to match your main fabric for some accents. For pocket bags, for the zipper guard, for the hem facings, you can't really use the same main fabric if it's heavy because it's going to be so bulky. So you need to find something that matches. And I found an accent fabric that is a leather look jersey, pretty lightweight, pretty stable and easy to work with as well. You need a separating zipper depending on the type of height file that you're sewing. whether it's petite, regular or tall, and the size. Your zipper requirement can be anywhere from 24 to 30 inches long. Sizing is really good from 0 to 30. Choose your height file first, then after choosing that file, then choose your size. Base it on your bust for the base size because you want this area to fit really nicely, and then you can blend in and out at the waist and the hips for other sizes if your measurements don't fall into one size, which is usually what happens. Now, if you are blending to a different size at the hip, either bringing it in or out, just remember to make that same adjustment to the facing pieces that are going to go there because they need to match. So just mirror the adjustment you made at the bottom of the pieces at the hips with the facings that you're going to sew, whether it's a straight facing or whether it's going to be a curved facing. I made a size 16 with a toe file. There is minimal ease at the bust, a little less than an inch. At the waist you have a bit of positive ease, about 6 to 7 inches, and at the hips, it's fitted at the hips, you have less than 2 inches of ease at the hips. The instructions are really helpful. You see cutting layouts where Oksana puts different colors to show you what pattern pieces need to be cut from the main fabric, what pattern pieces you need to cut from accent fabrics. You need to cut long strips of interfacing that are 5/8 of an inch wide to stabilize center front areas for the zipper and also for the pocket openings. So there are little bits and bobs that you need to do to prepare. The cutting phase can take a little while, so this is not a project I would plan to sew, like get up in the morning, start, I'll be done by the night time. It's a project I would stagger and do over a couple of days. The instructions are really good. The way that she does them with contrast fabrics and really detailed images is really helpful. It's very well explained. The sewing aspects I'm going to share with you have to do with the pockets. I'm going to show you, of course, an overview of the pattern pieces, what is interfaced, all of that, like I do always. I'm going to show you how to sew that cute little zipper pocket on the back. I love that, so cute. And also how to sew the pockets that go on the inseam of the front princess seams.
Don't you think this is starting to wear on me? You've been rated down like hell. I'm weak.
The pattern pieces for the Juno jacket. Over here we have a regular sleeve and I'm doing the cuff. What you see there is the back that's cut on the fold. This is the side back right here. It's got princess seams. You'll find notches all along these edges that will help you match them up. What you see here are the little pieces needed to make that extra pocket that is optional also, that goes on one of the side backs, and it's a zippered pocket. So that little piece that you see there that's interfaced will be the facing. That's the zipper I'm going to use, and this will be the pocket bag that will go inside. It takes the same shape as this, and this goes on just one side. I'm going to do it on my right side because I'm right-handed. What you see over here is the side front piece, and you can see it's got this extra piece there because part of the pocket is integrated onto that front piece, which makes it easier to sew. And then this separate one is the pocket lining. These pocket lining pieces need to be cut out of something lighter to avoid bulk. And what we see here is the center front. That little piece that's on top is going to be the zipper guard, and that's my long zipper. Mine is extra long. I'm just going to have to trim mine at the top. And up there you have two collar pieces. The outer collar I'm doing with the same fabric, the main fabric that is a print, and I'm doing the inner collar with the same fabric I'm doing these. So it's a lighter one, and that inner collar has been interfaced. Now over here you can see the strip of interfacing. I've already fused that onto the pocket opening and also to the center front right there to stabilize for the zipper insertion. So that's on both sides. Once everything's done, the way that this curved hem will be done is with a facing. So you can see this is the facing for the back that's cut on the fold there, and this is the facing for the front, and it'll give you the neatest curved hem. The curved hem is an option. You can also choose a straight hem and even a shorter straight hem. So there's quite a few options. But even the straight hems also have a facing. I wanted to show you up closer this zipper guard. You can see that it's a long piece and it's meant to be cut on the fold like this, and you're supposed to interface only half of it. These two lines here are the pocket openings, and you can see that I've interfaced this edge, but going further 1 inch that way and going further 1 inch that way. It's the same on both sides. Make sure you mark your notches after you interface. This friction pen comes off, so I had to remark those right there. These are the two center front pieces. If I flip this, you can see that's where I've stabilized for the zipper. So that edge there is the center, and here is where the princess seam is. This is the extra zipper facing, you can see that it's just a small piece. It's got the same width as this area, and this is the fabric I'm using. It's a leather look jersey. This will be inside, it won't be seen. This is one of the pieces that needs to be interfaced. This is the zipper I'm going to use. It's a regular zipper. It's way longer than the opening. It doesn't matter because I can just trim that shorter. This is one of the side bags, and if I place this on my body, this is the one that's going to be on the right side of me. This is my right hand, so when I put my hand back, I want to be able to reach on the right side where the zipper is. So if you're left-handed, you might want to do this on the left side of you. It's just more practical. So you'll see a line here on the pattern. You'll see these notches here. That's to help you align the facing that's going to be used for the zipper. So I've transferred that line over here to the right side because that's where we're going to be working on. And I have a line there made with a friction pen, and that's where you're going to take your facing piece that has a rectangle drawn on it, and you'll see that there is a narrower side and a wider side. It's going to follow the shape here of this side piece. You can see it matches perfectly here on this side and on that side. I've got it basted on, so I don't need to worry about pins. When you're sewing little rectangles like this, just start on one of the long ends. Don't start on a corner. That way you can get your pivots really clean. Now we are going to cut into this rectangle. I'll just find somewhere in the middle and make a snip, and then cut all the way through the middle, about 3/8 of an inch before the edge stop, and then go back to the other side. And now we cut into those little corners, right up to the corner, not through it, but as close as you can get. The closest you get, the neater it will look. And now I can just take this out. Now if you want to, you can serge these edges, the long edges, not these short ones because they will be caught in the seams. But this is a jersey, it's interfaced, it's not going to fray, and it's going to be inside completely. No one's ever going to see it. So I'm not going to be serging that. And so now all we need to do is flip this to the inside like this. So we end up with this facing on the wrong side here. It'll be a little rectangle opening that we have. So that's how the facing looks pressed and all neat, little rectangle. So I want the zipper opening to be close to the side seam just so it's more practical to open in and out. So I'm going to put the zipper behind here and just try to get it to be on as much on the center as you can right there. Look, this zipper stop is way over here because my zipper is extra long. If you have that tape that you can stick this on, you can use that. I'm just gonna go old school and just hand baste this zipper on. This is how it looks on the wrong side after it's been hand basted, and just right there I gave it a little bit of a tack just to keep the zipper taped together so it doesn't go open. Over here I'm just gonna sew over those plastic teeth. It's not gonna make the needle break, I'll just be careful. I'm going to be moving the pull out of the way as I sew. Like, it is possible to move it. Okay, so that's how that looks on this side. Super nice. And now over here, I'm just going to trim this away. I've just cut that excess zipper away. You know, I've got a seam right there, so it's not like this is going to come apart. All I need to do is take this pocket bag and place it right here, aligning it to the shape. And we just need to align these two edges here, pin them together, and then just serge them. It'll just keep them in place. You can see now when I align this, that this is shorter here. That's how it's supposed to be. So this will be closed off with the other seams. Gonna go on the sides. What I have here are the pocket bags placed right on top of the center front right sides together there. The curve is on the top like that. And on this area, you'll find the notch and another one there for the pocket openings. And it should match the same notches you have here on the other side where we had stabilized with interfacing. And now we can sew the pocket bag to the center front all along the edge of the pocket bag. So let's go ahead and sew this whole pocket bag to the center front from the top to the bottom of the piece. We use a 3/8 seam allowance for this, a straight stitch on your regular sewing machine. Remember, your pocket bag is slightly shorter to reduce bulk at the hem later. Okay, after sewing this, now we just need to open this up and extend this. We can understitch this down. Having the seam allowance under the pocket bag, we are going to sew on the edge. As you know, I always use my blind hem presser foot with the needle to the left. If you've seen me sew, you know I rarely skip this for understitching. And we do this for both sides. Okay, so this is how the center front pieces look with the pocket bag sewn on, extended and then understitched. Now we take our side front piece that already has the pocket bag integrated into it and we align it over there. We place this right sides together like this. See the curve right there? Here we have a red dot, and now up here is where we need to match this princess seam along the curve right there. You can see there's a notch there and there's a notch there that will help you match along the curve. So once we match along the curve, this is going to be a pivot point area where we sew up to there and then go down the curve of the pocket all in one go. And just for the sake of accuracy, I'm going to be sewing this on the sewing machine. I'm going to use a shallow zigzag for this seam. There is a little dot to pivot. That's how that seam looks. I'll repeat on the other side and then I'll just serge, and I'll just be careful here on this area when I'm serging. That's acceptable there. Sometimes I have problems with these little areas. Okay, let's look at it from this side now. We've just been looking at it from this side, so let's flip it so we can see the interfaced area and the pocket bag and the seam. So now what we need to do is just align everything really neatly here at the bottom, and here we have our pocket opening. And there we have our pocket opening. So basically we need to do 2 little seams to actually close this up here on the top and then on the bottom. So I'm going to put a pin here and I'm going to sew from there up to there, right next to that seam right there. That's already there. And same from here, reinforce and then sew all the way down, and that will close up our little pocket. You can see the black stitching where I've done the main stitch and then the understitching. I'm going to be sewing a hair away from there in these 2 sections. So just a little above there, we'll pick up this princess seam. I'm going to do this with a straight stitch. Here is the line up to where I have to sew. That's how that looks on the other side. And now we go further down, find the next pocket opening mark right there, start there all the way down. This is the center front right there, the neckline, the center front edge, and here's the princess seam coming down to here, but here we have the pocket opening. So that's what we closed there and closed from there down to the hem right there. And on this side, the pocket bag is coming this way. I have a little piece of twill tape here, and I've decided to fix this in an area where it's closer to the edge, not here on a curve. I just think it'll be easier, and I'm just going to tuck the twill tape behind that and align the edge of the cotton twill over here and then pin this in place. So the twill will be behind it. So I'll give it a little stitch right here. This will be at the back. I'll trim some away later, and then I'll base that right on there, and that will keep the pocket in place without it moving anywhere. Just a tiny little seam right here. Take away some from the back there, some extra. Now that I've got that sewn on, then I can align it to here. This raw edge of the twill tape will be caught within the zipper later, so nothing's going to come undone. And now I just sew right there on the edge. Okay, now we're looking at this from the right side of the fabric again. Here is the pocket opening. You can see that when you put your hand inside there, this is what's going to be inside, and that's why it was understitched, so that it stays inside. And then you had the integrated pocket bag there from the side front piece. If you can regulate your zigzag stitch, this is what I'm going to use. This is my zigzag stitch. The width of the stitch will be 2.5 and the length will be 0.5. So they'll be super close together. Okay, there's my pocket opening right there, and I'll try to do this about 3/8 away from the seam. What I find difficult, because I don't have a preset for this, is just getting them to be the same size. Okay, there it is. That's how it looks on the other side. Then further down at the bottom of the pocket opening here, the same. I'll start about 3/8 away from the seam. Here is my Juno jacket. When I wear my jacket open, you'll see that white area from the wrong side of the fabric. And you've seen that other times I criticize as finding that ugly, but it actually just depends on the fabric type. This is an athletic knit. The type of weave of the knit is really crisp and neat and white and pretty. So what I don't like is how cotton looks on the inside, or French terry or sweatshirting. If there's any like fleece back something, I just don't like that. But this, I don't mind it, it's fine. You can see the white there, it's not gonna bother me. Plus I do have some white in the print here as well. You can see that my inner collar is the leather look jersey that I've chosen. Super nice. There's understitching there that makes it not be seen from this side when you wear it all fully zipped up, which I will rarely do, but it's still very neat. All the techniques are top notch. There's a lot of seams that you do on the sewing machine and some that you do on the serger. I really like that mix because there's always things that are going to turn out better on the sewing machine, even if it's a knit. So on this side, the side that's on the right side of you, has your zipper sewn in normally with the collar. The zipper is inside the collar. And on this side, you have a zipper guard that covers it. And it's got a little fold right there. When you zip it up, the zipper pull is going to be tucked in there. Super nice. Really enjoyed doing the zipper guard. I wish more patterns had this because it's really nice. I really like it. And on the inside, because it's all white, you can see the seams, princess seams on the front. My shoulder seam, my sleeve there is really simple. Side seams. And here's where you have the pocket. You can see it's integrated there. You saw how that was done. Top stitching, a little bar tuck there. Let me tell you how much I dislike doing bar tucks, but you have to do them. They do help keep things in place. And I love this little piece of twill tape that keeps the pocket there without flopping around. The facing inside, very neat. This is, I think, what took me the longest to do because I did a lot of hand basting to make sure everything was really neat around the facing before top stitching. You can see it's curved, and here is the pocket bag from the zipper pocket right there. So adorable. On the back, you just have a center back and two side backs with princess seams. The shaping is so nice. It just looks so nice on. Look, this print isn't very helpful, but I do have some edge stitching there to keep these seams flat, front and back. This type of fabric is the type that you can press and throw a lot of steam on, but it doesn't really hold a crease that well. So I think top stitching the seams was helpful here, and I've done that on the shoulder seams as well. Not on the side seams though. Long sleeve with a cuff. Look, I don't have many garments that go with this jacket, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be a statement jacket and I can build a few pieces to go with it. So I've just paired it with a purple skirt and a black top. Purple boots though, I do have purple boots. So let's see this on. This is my Juno jacket from Sinclair Patterns in size 16 using the toe file. I have done the front pocket options that are in the princess seams, inseam pockets with an integrated pocket bag. Super fun to sew. You can see on the side that my hem is curved. It's finished with a really cool facing inside. The length I have reaches my full hip. The back also has princess seams. I've used an athletic knit with some accents in a matching color. I have a long sleeve with a cuff. You can also hem it normally. And the jacket is full of details like a zipper guard. I'm showing you the inside of my jacket where you can see the integrated pocket bags and it looks really nice. You can also see the contrasting fabric I used for my hem. It is a lighter weight knit that is recommended. At the back, I have the little pocket on the side back piece that it is optional. I have it on the right side because I am right-handed, and it was such a little fun pocket to put there. For my inner collar and my zipper guard, I used a contrasting knit that is a leather look that matches my main fabric. It is a lighter weight fabric, which is recommended. Here you can see it all zipped up and how nice the zipper guard covers your zipper pull. So neat, so satisfying to sew. I love the look of the contrast there. I use these leather look jerseys for small details like this, and it was a perfect match to my fabric here. At the back, the fit is exceptional with the princess seams at the small of the back. Really great shaping. It's a great project to slow down, take it step by step. The instructions are amazing and you'll be super proud to have a jacket that looks like this. Super professional sewing techniques. The finish inside is outstanding and I'm very, very happy with this make. happy with mine. It's not a heavy jacket for winter. It's just perfect for me, for my weather, and I'm gonna really enjoy wearing it when I do. I feel really proud of how it turned out, and it's just a really well made pattern inside. All the techniques, it's just so nice to sew. Highly recommend. Don't forget that Sinclair Patterns are all 25% off. I will leave you all the details down below. Have a look before the sale ends. Don't forget to use my affiliate link if you want to support the work that I do here on YouTube. Of course, you cannot use it. I don't know if you use it or not, but it always helps me out when you do use it because I make a little commission from there. Have a great time sewing if that's what you're doing today, and I will see you again soon with more sewing. Bye.